Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Libra, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two other Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do a reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. Sorry, you guys, I'm moving all my cards forward. So, all right. So just wanted to also let you know that I am having a Facebook group live. It's about what you want to, what is blocking you. So if you would like to join, it's a Tarot with Joanna Facebook group, Zoom. There is a link in my community for the Zoom. Okay, so if you guys want to join, I also just want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. And if you would like a personal reading from me, comment on the video or just email me at tarotwithjoanna yahoo.com. All right, so let's get started. Libra, see what's going on for you. Libra, this is for Libra spirit for their highest good. This is for Libra. On my card. Wow, that's nice. All right, so you start off with the card of Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. Definitely, you know, you're very wise. Some of us are healers or guides. You know, we're all kinds. We have so many gifts, to share with the world. You know, just being there, your presence, the way you are, for somebody else's life. You uplift them in different ways. You may not think that you are a healer, but you are when people talk to you or you help them. This is very nice. Love that. Then you have infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Wow, Libra, that's beautiful. In any way, shape, or form, abundance is here for you. Nice. Love it. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right. So, Libra, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. One for the current. One for the situation. One for the past or now. Thank you, Spirit. One for the what's hidden. Thank you. Hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now. What you need to work on. And the outcome. And then you do have the 6 of Wands, so I do feel like there is a success here, victory and success. And I do feel like you're going to have a decision to make very soon. You are definitely going on a new path, Libra. So, wow. Okay. So we start off with the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is talking about definitely going with the flow, taking it easy, having patience for everything, trying not to cut corners, just taking your time with things. Also in divine timing, I feel like there's something here that's coming into divine timing. And it might be this abundance that you are definitely coming in towards. So just know that. You do have the Judgment card for the situation. The Judgment is that you're going through a judgment, it's almost like a redo, like a second chance to redo things. You're not doing things the same way like you used to. You're doing them different because you yourself are changing, changing on the outside. And when we change ourselves, we change everything on the outside. So just know that. You also have the Two of Pentacles for the pastor. Now I do believe that there is change coming in for you. I also feel like there is definitely a decision that you're making. Feel like there's traveling here. I also feel like you need to start taking it easy because you're trying to juggle everything all at once. Trying to do this, you're trying to do that, trying to bring everybody together, and it's like a lot for you. You're very overwhelmed with a lot. You also have the King of Pentacles here. King of Pentacles is talking that he is an entrepreneur. He knows how to handle himself. He knows how to handle things. He's a very, he knows how to create things. He's very wise. He's very strong at that. And he's also very wealthy. So it's very nice to get that card. I feel like there's success here. I also feel like you're going to be establishing yourself very soon, creating that strong foundation with stability. There's the Two of Cups down here. I feel like there is that decision that you're trying to make. You're also trying, I feel like you're also could be trying to make a decision between you and another person, somebody who you're close to, deciding something about them. I don't know what that is. But with the Two of Cups, there could also be an offer coming in, and I feel like you're really going to make a decision about something here. For the Page of Swords here, I feel like you need to really, I really feel like you need to really see the truth in everything. Because when the Page of Swords shows up, it not only means that, you're very strong-willed. Yes, you are. But, you got to express yourself better. Try not to jump into conclusions, to really see the truth in everything before you start pointing fingers or assuming something. Okay, so wow, that's a new word that I pulled out there. Okay, so really, we'll get back to that with the cards. You also have the Page of Wands right here. So pages are bringing in also new messages, so be ready for that. Page of Wands is talking about, wanting to do something different, they're asking you to be spontaneous, to do something different, to, instead of doing the same thing over and over, try something different, try something that, that is like out of the blue, is what they're saying. They're also saying that to believe in yourself, to have optimism, about things that are going on in your life, really have patience for everything. It may not be what you want or whatever, but it's still something. Okay, so like have faith, keep your faith and have faith about things. And then for the outcome, you do have the Five of Swords. You're still very angry about something that you're holding on to. We'll see more when we do the cards. All right, so Aries, wow. You also have the Six of Wands out here. So like I said, you are definitely very successful, but there is some kind of choice that you're about to make very soon. So we'll see. Take what resonates with you, Libra. I'm sorry, Aries. I meant Libra, and I called you Aries. If I did, I'm sorry. All right, so let's see, Libra. See what's going on. Yeah, the Knight of Wands here. Why is the Knight of Wands here for Libra? One more card. Wow. I just finished doing Aries. That's why I keep saying Aries. Stuck in my mind here. All right. So, but I know you're Libra. All right. So Libra, let's see. So, with this Knight of Wands here, I do feel like I said, just go with the flow on everything. Try not to rush anything. Try not to cut corners. Really have patience for everything. I feel like, you just need, there's like the Knight of Wands, he's very slow going, right? He's easy, he does it on his own time. Like that's right now, that's the time that you're on, divine timing. I feel like, just really have patience for everything, okay? With the Seven of Wands here, I feel like you need to let other people help you with things. I feel like at times you get very defensive at the littlest things, and I feel like you need to really leave that behind, okay? Because yes, you're moving forward. Yes, things are changing, but you also have to have patience for everything. And I feel like you're very defensive at times, okay? And you also need to let other people help you with things. You get very defensive, but you also get very angry too when you start thinking about things. Maybe, you want things to come in quickly. Maybe you want things to change, hurry up and change. Maybe you want just, take your time with things. Let things come in. Go with the flow is what they're saying, okay? And get away from this angerness, because you have the Five of Swords here twice, and you hold on to a lot of anger, a lot of old anger, and you need to just let it go, because you don't need to hold on to it. Why? Why do you want to hold on to it? Why do you want to remember? It's Christmas time. It's Thanksgiving time. We should be happy and joyous with all of our friends and family. You have the Judgment card here. And why is the Judgment here? One more card. Wow. So definitely there are things that are changing for you, Libra. You have the Judgment card, and like I said, this is in the situation, you are changing yourself. things have changed a lot for you. I can tell. Maybe people have fallen out of your life, or just something has changed for you, and you have changed with it. And you're going through this judgment, and this judgment is about, like, you're redoing things over. You're not doing the same things like you used to anymore. Things have definitely changed, and you're seeing it. I do feel like you reminisce about the past a lot. I feel like you're always thinking about everything, about how this went and that went, and memories of people that have passed and people that have been in your life and no longer are there. And I feel like you need to leave that behind. I also feel like you've been thinking, been very nostalgic. And I feel like you're gonna leave the past behind, because I feel like things like that are ending. You have the Ten of Swords here, and there is something that's coming to an end, and it could be that you're not going to be thinking of that no more. You're not going to be looking back anymore. You're going to be moving forward, and you're not going to want to look back anymore, because you're not, like I said, you're not going to do things the same way anymore. I do feel like there is an ending here of some kind. It could be a career. It could be a relationship. It could even be people passing. But there's something definitely that's going to be very hurtful. So just know that. But this also turns into to the beginning, like the Ace of Swords. So there is also a new path trying to come in for you, but there's still a lot of stuff that you have to go through here. I feel you have the Two of Pentacles here, and I feel like you need to start taking it easy. There is a decision that you're making. I feel like there is definitely a lot of change that's going to come through for you. So just know that. We're coming at the end of the year. Things are changing still. We're going to go into the new year, and it's just one after the other. So it's crazy. And I do believe it's now. The King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here for the what's hidden for Libra? Good, 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 good. So there is wealth here. There is, I feel like, you want that stability, that strong foundation. You're creating to that, and I do feel like you're achieving it, so it's very nice. Do feel like there is some kind of abundance coming in for you. You've been looking at your religion values, been looking for answers or questioning something here, and I feel like you're looking for it. I feel like you're looking more at your traditional values, religion values, looking for that answers, and I do feel like you will find it. But you also need to go within and leave this anger and find that peace within you, so that the answers can come to you. I do feel also too that there could be some kind of teacher, or you could be a teacher teaching somebody, because you do have this card here where it's the gift, like we have gifts here, and I feel like you could be teaching somebody or directing somebody's path also. You have the Ten of Cups here, Libra, and the Ten of Cups is saying that, you want that happiness. All you want to do is be together with friends and family and just be happy. You want that happiness, but for some reason, it's hard to achieve it, but I feel like I feel like you will have it, but it's just taking time to get there. Okay. And you will have that togetherness. I do feel like there is a togetherness. I feel like you're going to be happy. I feel like you're just going to, everything's going to fall into place for you. And then you have the Two of Cups down here for the hopes and fears. Wow. Okay. So, you do have the Two of Cups here. I do feel like there is a decision that you could be making towards somebody that's very close to you. Could be a relationship, could be something, but there is definitely a decision here that you're trying to make. Could also be an offer that's coming in for you, and you're looking at it. But there are times though, okay, so I don't know who this is for, but here's a message, okay? With your relationship, even though you're in a relationship, you still feel like you're lonely. You still feel like you're alone. You still feel like, at times you're just not really, you're disappointed in everything the way it has gone. And I feel like you're definitely going to try to move on from that decision that you're making towards that significant other. I don't know who that was for, but that's definitely a message here for somebody. And for everybody else, like I said, there's an offer coming in. I feel like there is a decision that you're contemplating also. I feel like somebody could be coming in to help you with it. I also feel like you've been disappointed a lot with everything that's been going on in your life. You know, if you look at them, they're very disappointed, but there's still light there. You know that there's still a light if they want to go to it, but they don't. They just keep on, you know, being disappointed and feeling down about everything that has been happening in their life. And they're asking you to move forward from it, you know, because you do have the Chariot card here. You know, you're successful. You know, you're successful. You know what you're doing. You know, you've been very blessed, and you have always been very blessed. But you know, you need to move forward from all this negativity, like the anger and the disappointment. You know, and they're asking you to leave that behind. For a lot of you guys, I feel like you're wanting to move also, like from a different from where you're at to something different. You know, I feel like you're tired and you want something new also. You have the Page of Swords here. And why is the Page of Swords here for what you need to do now? Wow. All right. So with the Page of Swords, you know, I do feel like okay. So I do feel like you need to really see the truth in everything. Okay, really see the truth. Do your research before you jump into anything or anyone, anything or anyone. Okay, you know, I feel like there's going to be messages coming in. Also, I feel like you're ready for anything, but you know, you really look at everything before you jump into anything. Okay, because you do have the Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords is saying that, you know, you still feel like you're betrayed, or you feel like, you know, something has happened. You know, you feel like you were played or something like that, you know. Very disappointed, very, you know, like, you know, why did I do that? I also feel like it had to do with something with your finances for some of you out there. It had to do with your finances. I feel like you're going to learn also too something new. I feel like there's unexpected messages coming in. So be careful with your finances is what they're saying. Also too, I feel like you're going to learn something new also. So be ready. Then you have the Page of Wands. And why is the Page of Wands here? One more card. Hold on, you guys. Let me just check who that is. Let's see. All right, sorry about that, you guys. My husband there. Okay, so you do have the Page of Wands here. You have the Ace of Wands, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. So, with the Page of Wands, like I said, you know, believe in yourself and everything that you're doing. You know that everything's going to work out for the better. You know, try not to be so negative. You know, I feel like there's something new coming in. I feel like you need to just explore different stuff. I feel like you just need to go out there and be adventurous and try something new. But like, don't rush into it, but just like take your time with it. I also feel like there is opportunities here for you. New things are coming in because you also have this new start here. You have the Ace of Wands here, and the Ace of Wands is saying, you know, there is, because remember how you had that 10 of Swords here? Well, there is a new beginning here, but they want you to start using it. You know, have patience for everything that's coming in, you guys. Let everything just come in. The changes, the endings, whatever it is that you're going through, let it come in. Because if you stop it, you're going to stay in the same place, and you don't want that. There are new doors opening for you. You have abundance coming in. You have new things coming in. Stop staying in the same place. Okay, is what they're saying. Just go with the flow and have patience for everything. You have the Five of Swords, and why is the Five of Swords one more card? You have the Five of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and you have the Two of Pentacles. So you're definitely very angry about something, you know. I feel like, you know, you at times, you know, you were very generous with people, you know, giving them money, buying them stuff, and you were very giving, but it makes you mad because, you know, you were so overly giving. you know, and I feel like, you know, um, I feel like at times you feel like you have to give, you know, and you don't have to do that. But you have to set boundaries on that. Okay, whatever that is, you have to set boundaries. I feel like you really need to take it easy. You know, there's a decision here. You know, you're very generous with how you give your money, but you also need to start setting boundaries on how you're doing things because, you know, you don't want to be broke, and you definitely want to take care of yourself also. Okay, so just remember that. Just really start taking it easy, Libra. Let go of that anger. Move forward from the past. You know, try to stay on this new path. You know, be this new life, because this is where you're on. This is what you're on. This is what you're going towards. You know, a new path, because things are ending. Things are moving forward. You're not gonna stay in the same place that you were, but it's up to you to also move forward. Okay. All right. So Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a blessed Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next time. God bless.